So, this is the backyard. So I'm gonna do a little garden tour. A little jealous of Wes, him and his garden tour. There's my little greenhouse that I built. And this is just a fountain that I have. And that's the grapevine. So now I have beans coming up here. And then I have a pile of lettuce. I have some sage. I have some lemongrass. I have some celery, some kale. This is all garlic on this outskirts. And some Swiss chard. And some beets. And more kale. And more Swiss chards. Oh yeah. Parsley. Then I have a pepper plant and a tomato plant and some chives and some dill, some basil, and this is oregano, more garlic, and then I have peas on the outside over here, and then I have, I believe that one is cucumber. And then I have a tomato plant that's not doing so well. And I finally have some little sprouts. Those are carrots. There's gonna be carrots all through here. Kind of like this one. This one's radishes. And then there's sorrel and cilantro. More parsley. And this is more parsley and some dill. And then there's some green onions, and there's some lovage, 2 different kinds of chives, and chamomile, more tomato, more garlic, and this one is little lanterns. I can't wait to see those ones. And that one's, yeah, a cucumber. And I have more dill all in this one. And that's all that stuff. And then here's another pepper plant. And there's lettuce in here. Field greens and field greens. Another tomato plant. Another tomato plant. This one's not doing good at all. This is my apple tree that I planted a few years ago. It's getting so big. And that one, just a couple years ago I planted. And then this is potatoes. I keep putting hay on top of it. I did dirt for half of it, now hay, but it's gonna be a tall one, so they're pretty big. And then more potatoes, 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 potatoes. That's all my succulents. And here's my valerian. I really like the valerian because they grow really tall flowers every summer. And there's bok choy, a whole bunch of bok choys. Lots of bok choy. And then there's more kale, more bok choy, and here's all the corn. You can either do a row of corn or you can do a cluster. I did a cluster here. And then this one is purple cabbage, and then I have asparagus, and then I have rosemary, and then I have a little, this one's a strawberry plant too. More valerian. Look how big these flowers are gonna be, real big. And then I have 3 different varieties of cucumbers in there. Just starting. More valerian, some long grass for the pigs. And these 4 are blueberries, 4 different varieties. They're gonna have lots of berries on them. Those are coming up. And now I have gooseberries. Let me see if I could show you. See? And this is a climber, so it's going to climb all the way up the greenhouse. It's going to be really pretty. And then there's a rose bush. There's a rose bush that I planted from a stem a few years back. And then here's a whole bunch of sunflower seeds. And there's some, those are zucchini. And then I have some squash. And then I have some cucumbers. So there's that. Then I have another sunflower. And then I have a whole bunch of stuff in here. This is going to be mostly zucchini, but also there's some cucumber in here too. So it'll just trail over and trail down. So I'll get lots. Now, over here, I have all of my sweet potatoes are in the ground here. I have some beans and beans coming up. Then I have some peas coming up here. Then I have black raspberry is right here. And that one is goji berries. And there's 3 sunflowers there. This is time from last year. It's not looking very nice. And there's my hot and spicy oregano. Come in here. We already seen this whole thing. So over here is my lettuce and spinach. And then here's climbing spinach and a little bit of mint for some drinks. And then I have more chives. Then I have 2 dwarf apple trees, and those are going to be loaded with apples, each of them. And then over there I have field lettuce, and I have, what one is that? I think that's chives, I'm not sure. And then the middle one is wild ginger. Then I have some chamomile and rhubarb and more field greens over there. And this is my peach tree. Pretty big this year. And this is a whole stack of different kinds of kale and mustard greens. And there's some more valerian and some marigolds. And I think that's it over there. And then I have a whole bunch of stuff in here. I have eggplant, zucchini, cucumber, sunflowers, and I think that's it in there. Here we go. We got so much stuff coming up here. It's unbelievable. And in there, there's another one. That one is cucumber. And there's more cucumber. And then there's some zucchini in here and squash as well. Lots of stuff. I just made this into a little garden where the animals can't go and the birds can't get to. A little window over there. That's actually a window. And then I have, oh, and this grass is oat grass for the pigs. And this grass is kamut. And here's a sunflower seed, sunflower. And there's a whole bunch of flowering plants here. And then there's going to be another big, huge sunflower right up over my bath. And there's more flowers and long grasses. And then there's my lavender. I have it covered up in that garden so the dogs don't get in there. Then I have my fragrant long flowers that go all the way down. And then I have hostas. I have strawberries down here. Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. There's more sunflowers so that I can see them when I'm in the bath. There's elderberry, and there's another elderberry over there. And then a bunch of flowering plants and stuff. And then I have my bunch of potatoes here. I keep putting mounds of hay on there. And then in here, I have melons starting. That's gonna be melons. So yeah, so that's what I got going on right now. And I even have some stuff in the front yard that I planted of food. So let's just go check on that. See? There we go. So this is my hibiscus tree. And I have a bunch of lavender and some strawberry plants and a bunch of succulents and stuff. So this is where I'm going to try growing a few things. This one is a specialty pumpkin, so it can actually take over the whole garden if I let it. And then I have some zucchini, and then I have cucumbers there, more cucumbers, more cucumbers. Then I have zucchini and squash in these two. So let's see how it goes for the front in just like regular soil. The soil is going to be pretty acidic because it's got flowering plants in there. Normally you don't do that, but I'm just going to do it and see what happens, because the lady up the street does it just in her front yard in dirt, and she grows lots of stuff. So that's my succulent basket. And then I have a hanging basket that I just got at Devon's Nursery. So it's got two different varieties of tomatoes. These ones are going to be cherry tomatoes. And then I have little, I think those are early girl tomatoes. So that's good. And then I just have this little garden here. A bunch of hosta. And I have a lily that grows every year over here. It's going to be coming up. And that is gorgeous. And then over here, I have another apple tree that we planted. So that's going to get pretty big too. So that's it for the garden tour. I even have a rose. See y'all soon.